Hey boss babes, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Roena Robinson and I am your boss babe queen, of course. If you're new here as well, please don't forget to press that subscribe button and that like button and share this with anyone who you think might be, positively affected by this video, alright? So I created 2 videos already. I created how to smash your job search process, and I also created 5 or so general tips on how to make your interview process and your job search process much better. In this video, I will be talking about 4 of the simplest but hardest interview questions and how I have learned over years to answer these questions, and I hope that you learn something from this video. Okay, so as we know, the interview process in your job search hunt can be one of the most intrusive and daunting processes throughout the entire thing. And it's simply because you're sat in front of people, especially if it's in person, and you're asked a series of questions, and you need to answer these questions in a way that a company wants you, okay, after the interview is finished. And for a lot of people, this step is not easy simply because we don't know exactly what the company actually say. The question is not as straightforward as it seems. There's some psychology behind it where you need to say, oh no, they some really ask me, no, they might try to ask me this, but they not gonna say it like that. So in this video, I'm doing that. I'm gonna show you 4 of the simplest, it seems simple, but they're the hardest questions to answer. Number 1, and I will forever say this, the hardest question that seems so simple: tell me about yourself. And if you are watching this thinking, well, why would that be hard? I just tell you about myself. That is the incorrect way of going about it. Already you're wrong. They don't really want to know about you. They don't want to know that you have a pet dog, that your golden fish is called Fran. They don't want to know about you. That's just a glorified way of asking you, what is it about your characteristics that make you suitable to join us here? So how will you as a person fit into our organizational culture? Will you add value? Will you take away value? So when they ask you about yourself, you need to tell them information about yourself that will enable them to think that, okay, you'll fit right in here. You would have read a job description already. So any characteristics that they state there, you need to be having that in your answer. So if on your job description they say they're looking for a passionate person who has a drive to succeed, and when they ask you to tell about yourself, you need to say that. You need to be like, I'm a passionate person who has the ability and the drive for success. I am led by my personal philosophy that, you got to be the change that you wish to see in the world. Therefore, I push, you need to tell them whatever it was on your CV, but not in the formal way. You need to tell them whatever is in their description, but not in the way that they can say, oh yeah, you're just reading from the description. No, you need to word it in such a way that it all comes together nicely to sell you yourself. That's why, for me, that is a hard question, because you have to have that nice balance of being personal, but also suitable for the job. Always remember that when you're in an interview and they say, tell me about yourself, some people just be like, oh my gosh, I like pink nails, I like da. They don't really want to know about all that. They just want to know how you fit into the company. Number 2 is a situational question. Interviewer will say, okay, tell me a time when you had to face a challenge. How did you overcome? They like those questions because they are then able to take a peek into your brain and understand how you overcame the situation, how you would deal with certain things. Because obviously you're coming to their company, they want to know how you would handle certain situations. What you would do is follow the STAR framework, and trust me, it works. Because STAR is an acronym for situation, task, action, and results. And that's exactly how you need to respond to this question. When you say, tell me a time when you had a challenge, right, and how you deal with it, the first thing you want to start off is the situation. Paint me the picture. Help me to visualize where you were at that time. Then you tell me the task. What happened? What were you meant to do? So I'll say, okay, I was meant to be doing some weekly audit, updating our records, as well as the database system that we have on our computers, so that when it's audit time, the auditor can retrieve the information. Cool. You tell me the task. Now, action. What happened? Like, why are you telling me about this? Tell me about a time when you had a difficulty, a challenge. What was the challenge now? So you didn't say, okay, but with this, so something happened. Maybe my food, maybe something happened in the company, or I was overburdened, like the equipment broke down. I was unable to access this, or a system went down. What's the challenge? Then tell me your action. How did you proceed? How did you move forward? What did you do? What were the steps that you took to overcome this? You want to make sure that you tell them something that is logical, is relevant, and something that had a positive outcome. So you don't say, oh, and because of that, I just went to my yard. No. I know they said, tell me about a time when, you had a challenge or difficulty, whatever. But you want to tell them about an instance where you had a difficulty, but you overcame it and it was something positive. Unless they ask you to be negative, then be positive. All right? So if they say, no, tell me about a time when there was a challenge and you didn't overcome it, then be negative. And when I say negative, I mean like then you can say, yeah, and it didn't work. But in answering that question, you should be positive, because you're going to follow the same acronym STAR, explain the situation, tell us about the task that you meant to do, the actions and the result. But you need to show that you really tried, but still it never worked. And then you want to end on a positive note. You want to say, but from this I learned that, whatever it is that you learned. Number 3 is, why do you want to work here? This question can be either really easy or really hard. Majority of us, we know what we want to do, what we want to be, but we don't know where we want to work. Some people do. Some people know that I would want to work at Blue Water Hospital. They have their own personal opinions why they want to work there. For those people, this question would be really simple. Really simple, because you can say, oh, I've always admired the way, and you can speak because you've always really been doing that. For people though who are serial appliers, when I say serial appliers, I mean like they're just sending through a lot of applications. They just need to get a job. You've been applying to hundreds of jobs, and this company might not really mean nothing to you. It might just be another job opportunity for you. You don't want to give that image. You don't want to portray that. They need to feel like you want to come here. So for those people like that, this is for you. Because you should have done your research to understand what is the company about. Like, not just what they're offering in this position now, but what is the company about? What makes this company nice? What have the past employees say? What is the company reputation? Is the company good at making people develop into higher positions? Is there latitude to grow? Do they encourage employees? Is the culture, the business culture, a very good one? You need to know all those information. Why does this company resonate with me? How can I fit here? Why do I want to work here? So it's a company that is really good at diversity and inclusion. You want to say, okay, I want to work here because I want to work for a company who appreciates diversity, a company who understands that in diversity there is a lot of information and knowledge. If it's a company where they develop employees, you can say, I want to work for a company who values their employees and not just see them as little workers, but people who want to be developed, to be in different positions and different roles. So I appreciate this company because it gives me the latitude to be that, and it pushes me to develop my skills and utilize the ones that I have right now. So you want to just make sure that you understand that this company is only one place on the earth where you want to work at. Even if this is not true, you want to make it seem like that's true. I'm gonna make them know, say, you go big school and you do your research, my love. So that's why you know you want to work there. And the final question that seems so simple, but it's actually very hard, is when they ask you, what is your biggest weakness? Before we go there, I go tell them how them get angry when they drink, Once they hit one beer, they can't stop chugging it down. My love, this is not this conversation. If you go to a therapist and you're around a friend them also, you can say that. In a job interview, they don't really want to know like your deepest, darkest weakness. No, my love. You want to give them something that, yes, show that, okay, you're human, you have a weakness, but something not going to be too detrimental for you. You should go tell them how your love fight, and if I get to something, you run up. With this question, what you want to do is make sure that a weakness is not a characteristic that would directly impact you getting the job. If you're applying for an accounting position, your weakness should not be that you terrible at accounting. Directly you contradict yourself. You tell me you're terrible at accounting. Why would I as a company want to choose you to come manage my books? A good weakness for like accounting would be that, okay, I am very meticulous and thorough. So sometimes it might take me a bit longer to complete a task because I ensure that it's done to the highest standard and without any error. Even though that's a weakness, as long as you give me a book them, I know say I can trust that, yeah, I'm going to take 100 day, but the book them, it have a character. We can work with that. We can work on time management. There are programs that help people with time management. So you want to make the weakness that you have something that is still relevant, but not detrimental. Professional as well, please. None of your dirty laundry at home. Nothing personal. Even though it's a personal question, but it should be a professional answer. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and we'll see you in another one. Make sure that you share this, you subscribe, and we just keep rolling out with the videos. All right? So boss babes, pick up on yourself.